yeah, I've committed, apparently. I've told myself that, yeah, I could totally rant for 45 minutes without that much dead space in there. So I'm just going to give it a go. Not really sure what to ramble about at this point. Don't really have anything pressing on my mind. Not really sure what direction this episode will go. Kind of just me just sitting here, parked at the Walmart. I'm parked at Walmart. It's probably 76 degrees. Just left the lake with my dog. We actually had an awesome day. I flew my drone a little bit. I actually have a lot of drone pictures that I need to get off my drone that I have not gotten off my drone. Quite a few, actually, since I got back from Guyana. I got back from Guyana over a month ago. Not even over a month ago. I'm totally exaggerating. It's the 29th, I believe. Today is April. No, it's the 30th. I don't know what day it is. Never know what day it is. It's Wednesday, April 30th, 2025. And I flew to Guyana, and I left Guyana. My physical last day was March 31st. So technically it's today. It will be my 30-day homecoming anniversary. And since I got back, I flew my drone a few times just to try and keep myself above water, in my headspace. That post vacation depression set in. A lot of shit's just been going on since I got back, spiritually and emotionally, not to mention financially. So to keep my head above water from diving too deep, I've been flying my drone, and it hasn't even really been for any particular reason, because I haven't gone anywhere new. I've just been working. I haven't gone anywhere new. I've just gone to the same few spots that I've gone to and just flown at good sunrises, or just because I think one time I caught a hot air balloon in a parking lot one time. It was crazy to see. It was right in front of me, big ass hot air balloon. So I flew my drone for a little bit. I didn't get great shots. I'll eventually, and I haven't, that's probably the most exciting drone footage I have since I got back from Guyana, and I haven't even downloaded that onto my phone or computer or whatever. So yeah, the post, I need some water. The post vacation depression is basically I would say in a nutshell is what led to all of this. It eventually came back full circle to this. To me kind of just needing to give myself therapy, but also sort of needing some kind of external validation, I guess, in some way. Just needing my voice to be heard, even if the people that are hearing it don't agree with what I say or don't care. Even if no one listens to it, just having the option for someone to listen to it, just having it be public, putting my life out there for some reason has been therapeutic. It's considering therapeutic. So that's what led to this podcast thing. God damn it. It's only been 3.5 minutes. I don't know how I can ramble on for 45 minutes somehow. I committed to 45 minutes. Do we really want to get into this post vacation depression thing that's been going on? Without getting too emotional. So yeah, I was in Guyana, South America, for 2 weeks, 11 days, really, almost 2 weeks. With travel time, it would have been 12.5 days. And it was nice. It was really nice. I finally got around to going through all of my pictures, and I actually made myself, let's get to the positive stuff first, made myself a picture book on this website, like a book with all of the pictures, like a collage book of my entire vacation with captions and titles, and it's a really nice book thing. It's sitting in my shopping cart. I haven't been able to afford to sort of splurge on it, but it's something I really want to do, to commemorate or to just sort of remember the trip. It was a really nice trip. I was actually thinking how selfish it was of me to have the pictures of my, like, all the videos that I purposely made for Van Life Diaries. Like, I intentionally made these episodes for Van Life Diaries, the international travel videos. I did it two other times. I think I did a series when I went to Dominican Republic, but that was before I got really into the videography and got my smart glasses. So I also did another one when I went to Cayman Islands. Basically, I did like a day-by-day play-by-play of my entire trip of all of these places, and they were all public up until Guyana, which was the recent one. And that sort of got me thinking, like, hey, maybe I should make these videos public. But at the same time, it's like there are parts in those episodes where I'm ranting about making those episodes private. So it would have been super confusing to just upload those without having the videos that led up to it. I think I had like 5 or 6 videos leading up to Guyana from the time where I decided to make my videos private, and then change them back to public, just so I can get those Guyana videos up there. Man, the post Guyana depression kind of hit different this time. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure, like, it has something to do with my, oh my god, like, I've obviously been bitching about this. Not really bitching, I've been talking and thinking about this all month long. So it's kind of fresh. It's kind of fresh, and it feels like redundant. It feels like I'm sort of just saying the things that I already know now that I know. So yeah, like I said, it's therapeutic, but yeah, it hit different this time, and I think mostly because this is the first year that I've gone on an international trip while having a car payment, like a full ass car payment. And I was actually like, I'm really grateful for my van, but I was actually thinking about on how good I actually had it when I owned my van and I didn't have to worry about car payments, and my insurance was tight as fuck. I paid like $50 a month or some shit like that, some crazy shit like that. So, and now my insurance is crazy. Leasing this van, it's like a 2014 Ram ProMaster, and yeah, it's kind of been like, it definitely affected the way that I was able to enjoy myself without getting too fucking bitchy. Man, it was fucking hard. It was fucking hard. I'm still like sort of feeling the effects of like the afterglow of it. There's definitely post-depression with vacation, I guess, anytime, but like the afterglow is also lingering, I think. I don't remember having this much lingering post-vacation depression from any other trip that I went to. This was like, yeah, super hard. And I think it was my car payment. But yeah, I felt it was kind of selfish for me to keep that experience private because of the history and the culture, the rich culture, and just the spiritual, like, all the experiences that I had out there. It needed to be, what I knew about it. Guyana's not really like a popular, well-known country. It's low tourism compared to any other country that I've visited in the Caribbean. Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, like even Jamaica. Jamaica isn't as poor. Between those and Belize, Guyana is the poorest. Guyana is like the poorest country I've ever been to. Actually, I think Belize was like the poorest. But between the countries that I've been to by myself, solo, which was Jamaica, Dominican Republic, Cayman Islands, and Guyana was the poorest country that I ever traveled to. And it's so weird because on the pattern, you think that I would be going somewhere more extravagant, but no, I actually did like a full-on reset, splurge-wise on my trip. Most of my trip did not involve spending money, really. I went out there with $360 cash, and that lasted me the entire time I was there, except for, like, the last 2 days is when I spent like the last $20. And I actually tried to find an ATM to use my debit card, but I couldn't. I didn't use my card at all in Guyana. It's the poorest country I've ever been to. Jamaica is the second poorest country I've ever been to solo. And then it would go, I would assume, Dominican Republic, and then Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands was bougie as fuck. I went all out at Cayman Islands. Probably why I didn't feel this much depression when I came back. I had like physical souvenirs. I spent hundreds of dollars just on transportation. Thousands of dollars on shit to do. See, what had happened was last year, it wasn't last year, it was 2023, my palindrome year. I went out with a bang, right? Oh my God, 2023 was insane. Where am I? 10 minutes? Okay. Just gonna summarize this. I got into a car accident with my 1991 Ford Econoline 350, and it wasn't my fault. This fucking bitch, bless her heart, 18 years old, no insurance, and didn't use a fucking signal when she's trying to do an illegal U-turn. The middle of the fucking street, didn't see my semi-truck of a fucking van barreling down. This was like late at night. My dog was with me, okay? It could have been a lot worse. I'm really grateful. But long story short, because insurance took care of that, I got $3,000 cash money. And that's what did Cayman Islands for me. That's what funded the entire trip of Cayman Islands. By that time, like, I think I already bought the ticket before I got the physical money. I got into the car accident, and then once I figured out that I would be winning this case because it's definitely not my fault and I'll be getting money, I just didn't know how much money. It took like how long did I fucking wait for that money? 3 or 4 months maybe? The car accident was in July, and I got the money in October 1st. And I bought the tickets to Cayman Islands in like August. So I bought the plane tickets to Cayman Islands a month after the accident, maybe a month and a half after the accident. It happened in June, I think. And when I got that money, that $3,000, that was Cayman Islands. I was living luxurious in Cayman Islands. But I also spent all that money, thousands of dollars. Because I went out there with like $2,000 of my own money. I went out. Now, Guyana was the next place I traveled to after the Cayman Islands. Completely opposite. The poorest country I've ever traveled to. I had the great experience, you know. If anyone watches the Van Life Diaries, had the great experience, but it was it was just trying for me, I think, spiritually. When I came back, especially, I went from living like a king off of $360 for the week to like, I can't even get through a day of like just trying to get through the day without spending like $50 or $100 here in America. It really made me kind of have like some kind of resentment or some kind of feeling some type of way towards my own country. Even though I love my country, I'm proud to be an American, I came back feeling some type of way about America, because like, look, I can't, like, a meal for me minimum is $20. Okay, now here's the thing. Let's go into why I don't cook in this van really quick. I don't think I even need to, but because everyone always tells me, why don't you cook food and shit? And I was like, okay, so I do cook food when I go to work. I have to make sure that I bring the food and put it in the fridge at work, because I don't have a fridge in my van. I have a stove, I have a sink, I can do dishes, I can cook food, but I don't have a sink. I don't have running water. I don't have running water in here, so I would have to get my own water. And the fridge to keep quantities of food that I can cook, it would bring down, it would weigh me down. I've decided that it's impractical in this big ass van. My gas mileage was perfect when I was driving it back from Colorado last summer. I flew out to Colorado to buy the van, and then I drove it back to Georgia, and it was dead ass empty, and I was flying down the highway. But then I moved in all this shit that I don't kind of need, and this beautiful fucking dog. Love you, but you're weighing us all down. It's all added weight. So I thought I decided that it would be more practical to not have a fridge in here. And if I do get anything in here that would add extra weight, it would be a fridge. I can figure out but then I would need a sink because I were at least running water and then that's more weight. So I'd have to make a decision, because I don't want dirty dishes in my van. I've actually brought my dirty dishes into work, into the dishwasher, not Waffle House, just saying that. And like, I've lived in this van for years. So into one of the other jobs that I've had, and done the dishes. They've been nice enough to let me come in there and like prepare my meals for myself and keep my food in there. But Waffle House doesn't really let you do that. They don't really let you keep your food in there unless you're working that day. It has to be like same day use. You can keep your food in there, but like if it's not gone when you're gone, then it gets tossed out most likely. So that limits my options on cooking in my van. I can cook at work the day of with that food. Or I can eat out, and that's basically what I do. Today I'm having some fucking sushi. I had sushi and hummus and fucking naked juice. I got plenty of water, and all that shit ran me $25. And it's insane. It's insane. And I was like, when I came back, because I like I said, I was living so cheap, and it's because of the poverty. I was living so cheap for like the first time in years. It was almost like a break when I went to Guyana, and I bought groceries for the week for like $30. I had so much food, and I actually did a live video from Guyana on my Van Life Diaries, but I had so much food left over that I ended up cooking it off and handing it out to one of the homeless guys. There's like a bunch of homeless people around the area because of the poverty. And they never bothered me. They were always cool. They waved to me every single day when I walked down that street. And I was like, dude, I literally have so much food that I had food to even give away. And now it's like, I feel bad because I see a homeless person out here, and it just hits different to the homeless people out there. I don't know why. It's like, it's the same, same principle, capitalism, the people who have more, you can tell why they have more, but like here, it's like most people are not homeless, I would say, in America. I'd actually have to look that up. I would like to believe that most people are homeless. That sounds stupid to even look up. What is I'm just gonna Google that really quick. But it seemed like most of Guyana was poor, living in poverty. And by poverty, I mean not able to afford basic necessities like food and water and shelter. Even the people who I was friends with and the people around us, they were still living in lower class. I don't even think there's obviously there's levels to this shit. I think the richest people would probably be in politics out there. 23 out of every 10,000 Americans, or about 771,480 people, experienced homelessness in January of 2024. Okay, this translates to roughly 0.23% of the U.S. population. So almost a quarter of our population. That's crazy. But I think it checks out, especially if you look at California. At least from back in my day, they were homeless as fuck out there. California and New York, go figure. This translates to roughly 0.23. Oh, it's not even 1%. Am I reading that wrong? So it's not 25%. It's 0.23%. That's crazy. That's a quarter of a percent of the U.S. population. The number experiencing homelessness has been increasing in recent years, with a 32% increase between 2022 and 2024. Okay, give me a point in time. A more detailed breakdown. The Department of Housing and Urban Development conducts annual point-in-time counts to measure homelessness on a single night each winter. Okay, why are you giving me this useless information? The number of people experiencing homelessness has steadily increased, with 12% rise between 2022 and 2023. Okay. Unsheltered homelessness. In 2023, a record high 256 1,610 people, or 39.3% of all people experiencing homelessness, were unsheltered. Okay, so there's 0.23, 0.25% almost, of the U.S. population is homeless. And of that, 39.3% of those people experienced homeless who experienced it were unsheltered. So I don't understand. I thought homelessness meant unsheltered. Like, what the like they don't have a shelter or a home? I thought. Anyway. Causes: rising rent prices and inflation are potential factors contributing to the increase in homelessness. You think? So anyway, yeah, it just felt weird coming back here and seeing a homeless person, and there's just so much opportunity here. It's like, and it's, it's great. It's a wonderful country. I love my country, USA. But it's like, it's definitely like, it's giving rat racy vibes. It's giving like hustle and bustle and like until you die. It's giving really like you're a number. You feed the machine. It's giving all that. In Guyana, it didn't really have that much, and maybe that's the difference between a poor country and a not as poor country. We're definitely not poor, but I wouldn't say we're rich with all this debt, whatever the debt level is right now. It's just wild. 21 minutes. I cannot believe that I need some more water. I don't know if I can do this. Holy shit. This would be my cutoff. This would basically be when I get bored of it. So maybe I'll make it a half hour. I don't know. Maybe I'll start off with a half hour, not get too gung-ho about this, because I can get into this homelessness thing. I'm not saying that I can I don't really consider myself full-blown homeless when I say that I live in my van, or even when I lived on the sidewalk. If anything, I considered it home free. I had so much more than a home when I didn't have a home. And sometimes I do take that for granted. I go back and forth. Like, do I want to get some land and get a home? But it's like, home is really like a state of mind. I've learned home is like a state of mind. So, yeah. Anyway, I came back here and it felt like that I left my home. It felt like I left like that, like my spirit is like really fucking poor, even though like I have nice things, I have great things, nice things to be grateful for, gizmos and gadgets and stuff, and I look like a bougie bitch when I get all dressed up and get all my fucking machines and gadgets and stuff. But really, I'm like, that's what I got. That's mostly what I did in Guyana was I flew my drone. I walked everywhere. I hopped in a cab one time, and that was when my last day, other than the cab ride to the airport, to and from the airport. I hopped in the cab one other time, and it was from the airport when I got back from the waterfalls. But I walked. I flew my drone. I went to the beach. I did free things mostly. I went to, I did pay for some things. I went on a bike ride tour. I got alcohol, got a lot of alcohol for really fucking cheap. And we were playing cards and dominoes in my B&B or by the pool. I did cheap fucking things. I didn't do super extravagant things in Guyana. And it felt like home. It felt like my fucking home. Like, I'm just hanging out with my people. People who understand the struggle. I don't know if people really understand the struggle out here. Maybe they do. Maybe I'm just on a fucking soapbox right now. I don't really give a shit. But yeah, it's kind of hard. Like out here, I saw myself like not really looking people in the eye, not really like giving that, same. Maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe I'm part of the problem. Because I made sure I said good morning good afternoon, good evening to every single person. I looked them in the eye. Every single person I passed on the street, unless they were like, with like a group of people like each other, or like it was just, they were on the phone or something. Anyone who like made eye contact with me, I told them good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. But out here, I am part of the problem. I like make a point to not look people in the eye. I'll like see them coming, and then I'll like I'll avert my eyes the other way. And no one says anything. And it's like, it's so weird. Like you feel this body of energy approaching you. Like you're walking, if I'm walking my dog, or if I'm just walking in the grocery store, and then like you don't fucking acknowledge it. I don't acknowledge the energy. So maybe, see, we're having little mini breakthroughs right now. Maybe that had something to do with, the depression that came, like where I didn't feel like I was at home. It's like I couldn't even, granted, I was still kind of bitter and mad to my people for just welcoming me with all this fucking inflation. I come back and I can't get a meal for under $20. It's insane. So maybe that had something to do with it. I'm like, I don't want to look at anybody. I don't even want to talk to anybody. And it drives me crazy because people actually like, we just keep paying it. We just keep fucking paying it. We don't say anything. We just gotta keep going up. Prices of everything just keeps going up. I'm totally sounding like a broke bitch right now. I was struggling financially when I came back, because I came back even with money left over, which is crazy, because any other time I went out of the country, I've spent like every single penny, and I didn't have to worry about bills when I came back, because I paid my insurance once a year. It was so cheap. I paid the whole thing in full once a year. I didn't have to worry about insurance. I didn't have a car note. And I always left town with a full tank of gas. So I literally had nothing to worry about when I came back into town. This time, I had things to worry about. So I paid all my bills early, made sure that when I came back, I didn't have to pay any bills until May 1st. And I actually had money left over. That's how little I spent. I had like $330 to my name left over when I came back. And I was pissed off that I had basically the same amount of money when I went out to Guyana in cash. And it lasted me for like damn near 2 weeks. And these $330 was insane. It went by really fucking fast. Just in groceries, gas, and bills. What else did I spend on? Oh, my vices, my vape. Vape is not that much money. Weed. Basic, laundry. I had to do laundry like immediately after coming back because my dog fucking shat in the van. It's crazy. So Guyana was brutal. I think we're gonna get off Guyana right now. And I think I might just end it at 30 minutes because we're coming up on 30 minutes. And I think that was good. I think I can start it there. And if I feel like I get into a groove, then maybe I'll keep going. But I think that's really all I got for right now. It's fucking hot. I want to turn on my air conditioner, or turn on my fan, which conditions the air. And I got the munchies. Think I might take a nap. I'm not sure what time it is. It's almost 5 o'clock at night. I'm here in Forsyth County, Georgia. Now I'm just filibustering right now. I'm just kind of filling in the the space. But this was a good go. This is a good thing. So I think what I want to try and do, I really want to commit to at least 30 minutes once a week. And I'll just get on here and just like talk. This was really therapeutic for me. I overcame a lot this month. And I'm glad that I'm back here on the sound waves. I'm glad people are listening. I do have a lot in store. It totally sound like a content creator right now. But I have a lot of things in the clip coming down the pipeline that I'm actually really excited to share. And, thanks for watching. I'm now accepting emails. I've always put my emails in my van life diaries. Here, let me pull it up really, really quick. My van life diaries have always have the email address. Anyone can always email me, but I'm actually adding in that. I'm trying to add that into this podcast thing. So it's shandyspeaks@gmail.com. Let me double check. Burger. Why can't you just give me the fucking email? Okay, yeah. ChandieSpeaks@gmail.com. That's ChandieSpeaks@gmail.com. And yeah, you can ask me anything or talk about anything, whatever. Send me death threats. I don't really give a shit, but thanks for listening. Thanks for coming this far. And yeah, I'll see you next time.